Gang, this is Mike with my Real Estate Dojo, and today's lesson is about why salespeople or the sales industry has a bad rep. And I'm going to give you some examples why, what not to do you're not a bad sales guy or a bad saleswoman or a bad salesperson, because the sales industry has a bad rep because of a few rotten eggs. Let me give you a quick example. I'll give you one or two examples. I just went to my cell phone dealership to buy a new cell phone because, as you know, I'm making these videos right off my cell phone, and I keep running out of space. So I decided it's time for me to upgrade and get a new phone system. So I go to Sprint and I tell the rep, I want to buy a 6S Plus, and I want to get the 128 gigabytes. The guy tries to persuade me by not purchasing the phone and going with their lease option, some new thing they have. I'm usually saying no because I know what the fuck I want. But in this case, I allowed the rep to pitch me his sales pitch. I listen to him and I tell him, no sir, I don't want a lease. I'm ready to pay cash for it and move on with life. Then the sales guy goes and tries to sell me something else, and accessories. So I was like, hey, I need accessories, why not? But anyways, when I get to the cash register to cash out, apparently Sprint is giving their sales reps some kind of more incentive for them to push the lease options whenever you want to buy a phone, which I don't want her to do. So I told that guy multiple times I don't want to lease it, and he was pushing it on me back and forth before we went and looked at the accessories. After we came back, he was trying to push it on me again. I told him, no, I don't want it, sir. I want to go ahead and just purchase it, just pay for it and get it over with. So when it was time for me to pay and for me to sign the contract, that fool showed me the iPad, and it said on the terms and conditions that I was leasing them, and I told this goofball 20 million times already, at least 20 times, I don't want to fucking lease this shit. I want to just go ahead and pay whatever the fee is and just purchase it, okay? So the guy he basically tried to trick me, okay? And many people don't, when they see the terms and conditions, they just sign, they don't really read. But he didn't know he was dealing with a sophisticated investor. Well, I actually sat there and read the terms of the contract before I signed it. So when I told him I want to purchase it, he said okay, but he printed the lease paperwork. Very shady, very deceptional trade act practice here. And I looked at him, I said, hey buddy, I told you 20 times already, I don't want to fucking lease this shit, man. I mean, why are you trying to fucking force this shit on me, dude? I want to fucking pay for it. Then he tried to say, oh, I'm sorry, man, this is somebody else's paperwork. And I don't know if the guy was an idiot or he thought I was the idiot, or more than likely he was the idiot thinking I'm an idiot. But this is one perfect example where shady sales reps make the industry a shitty thing, make the sales reps have a bad connotation, a bad rep, a bad residue. And man, I just couldn't believe it, where I told this guy I want to go right, and this guy keep persisting that I should go left. And when it was time to fucking do the paperwork, the guy didn't even listen to me. He tried to trick me and give me the left. And so, see, this kind of behavior where if you're a sales rep or you're a sales consultant and you put, or even a real estate investor, a business owner, if you put your interest above your customer's interest, sure, you may win today, but end of the day, you're not going to win, guys. And it's so important. Okay. So some of the characteristics of being a bad sales rep is, number one, not having love and care. Okay. So if you're only thinking about me, and you're not thinking about the other person, then see, you're not going to have good results in any business. So especially in sales. The number two characteristics of a bad salesperson is that you don't listen, okay? You're not listening to the customer. You're just blabbering. You're just telling your side of the story. We've been in business 20 years. We do this, we do this, we do this. It's all about you or your company. It's not really about the customer. 3, what makes you a bad salesperson is being shady, just putting your interest before the customer's interest. And I know, man, in capitalism and business, we're all here to make a dollar. I totally understand that. But there's a right way of making a dollar, and there's a shady way of making a dollar, and there's a bad way of making a dollar. I'm just not down with the bad or the shady way you're making a dollar. Sure, you could be a great salesperson, being number one, tricking people and them going home and having buyer's remorse or seller's remorse. But that's not the type of business I want to run. And that's not the type of business I want my students to run, because it's just shady business, guys. So simply put, you got to have love, and care. You got to be able to put the customer's interest before yours. And you can't just run a shady business, guys. You can't, tell the customer you're going to go right and then go left. You got to be a man or a woman of your word. And it's so important. I know we live in a society where, a handshake is not good enough anymore. Where you have to fucking tie people down on a contract. And, I don't like doing business like that. I like to look people right in the fucking eye and I tell them I'm going to do something. And it doesn't matter if I lose money, if I don't make any fucking money, or if I make any money, I'm going to do it. Because to me, that's the most important thing. When I lived in my fucking car after college, I didn't have anything. All I had was my words and my balls, and that's about it. You know what I mean? And so it's very, very important to do what I say. It's always been like that. And my poor dad, as a refugee to America, didn't have a high school education, illiterate. He taught me that main important idea that you got to do what the fuck you say, guy. If you say you're going to fucking be there at 10 o'clock, you got to be there at 10 o'clock. If you're going to say you're going to do X, you got to fucking do X. You can't be like wishy-washy. And so if you have that type of mindset in business, in sales, sure, you may excel, but it's an artificial excel. It's kind of like debt. You may have nice cars, you may have nice homes, but you don't fucking own it. You're in fucking debt. So that is the difference between a shady salesperson and a good salesperson. A good salesperson truly cares about rendering more service than he's getting. A truly successful salesperson wants to help out the other person as much as he wants to help themselves out. A truly successful salesperson really gives a fuck, really cares about going the extra mile, really cares about doing what they say. Now, here's some other poor characteristics of sales. So if you have any of these characteristics, I highly recommend you disconnecting this, okay? Now, let me give you a quick example. I know this one guy, I've been knowing him for probably like 12, 15 years. He has a little t-shirt business. I supported him. He's actually Persian like me. And when I got on Facebook, probably about 2.5 years ago, because before that I was never on Facebook, I friended him and he tried to come sell me some stuff. And I was like, nice. I said, no, I'm not interested. Then his cousin comes try to sell me some shit. And both of these guys' sales tactics were fucking the pit bull sales tactics, like, and those types of individuals where if you say no, they make you fucking feel bad. They try to insult your integrity. They try to say, you're not going to be as successful because you don't use their product. And it's just like pathetic, man, because you don't want to be a salesperson like that. You don't want to attack people because they don't want to fucking buy from you. If they say no, or if they don't want to fucking buy from you, if you're tearing down their fucking their personality or who they are for you to make a sell, that's a shady salesperson. If you have to bring somebody fucking down for you to make a sell, that's a shady salesperson, because true salespeople are givers. True salespeople bring people up. True salespeople go the extra mile. True salespeople give a fuck. Shady salespeople bring you down. If you don't want to buy from them, they make you feel like shit. You don't want to buy from them, you're a bad guy. You don't want to buy from them, you ain't cool no more. You don't want to buy from them, you're not smart anymore. Or however their tactics are to attack you and degenerate you. And not saying that shady salespeople are not successful, but it's just not something that I want to partake in. And I don't recommend that for you. These guys can be very successful, but it's not something that I want. Okay? What I want is to go the extra mile. What I want is to give more than I'm fucking getting. What I want is to do what I fucking say. What I want is to be all I can be while I help others. I don't want to fucking get ahead because I sucker some guy in a corner. I don't want to get ahead because I fool some guy that was not smart as me. Let me tell you a story. When I first came to America, me and my parents didn't even speak English, and there was a lot of places we went through. When I reflect back 10, 15 years, 25 years later, so many people took advantage of my parents because they didn't speak the language or whatever. For example, if you went to a store and something was $10 for English speaking person, my parents might have went up there and had to pay $15 because the clerk behind took advantage of them, or the insurance lady took advantage of them, or the mortgage company took advantage of them because they really weren't customers because they were illiterate. Okay, they could come from a different country. And so what I've learned from that is I don't want to run business like that. I want to run my business like CarMax, where I have one set of price. I don't care if you're smart. I don't care if you're dumb. You're going to pay the same price. I don't care if you're pretty. I don't care if you're fucking ugly. You're going to pay the same price. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're black. You're going to pay the same price. I don't care if you're skinny, or I don't care if you're fat. You're going to pay the same price. So simply put, everybody's going to pay the same fucking price. I'm not going to give anybody a discount because they can negotiate more or they have to have better sales skills. No, it's just not the way I want to run business. And when I give a discount, it's going to be for everybody, okay? And so to be a type of salesperson where you take advantage of people, or where you fool people, or you're trying to calm people, or you're trying to degrade people because they don't want to fucking buy from you, is a really shitty fucking sales tactic in my book. And I surely don't want to imply that, and I surely don't want to teach that. Many of you have tried to contacted me and say, hey Mike, let me talk to you for 10 minutes. Let me talk to you for 15 minutes. Let's do a 30-minute free seminar. Or you guys are ready to pay me my coaching fee, but I just don't get on the phone and talk to you is because I don't want to sell you. Simple. I don't want to sell you. I don't want to give you any kind of words that make you go one way or another, because I learned that if you're fucking really hungry, you don't need sales. If you're fucking inspired, if you're driven, if you've made your mind up, you don't need somebody to persuade you. You know, in 2007, fourth quarter, 2008, nobody told me, hey, go be an investor. I was driven, I was hungry. So I just got up when the market crashed and went and read books, and I went and took fucking action. So nobody tried to sell me. I didn't call one of these gurus and say, hey, can I talk to you, or go to their summer, should I buy it? I just went and bought the book. I just went and bought the seminar, and I took action. So a lot of times I don't get on the phone with some of my students or potential students because I don't want to sell to you guys. If you want me to get on the phone and fucking sell to you, then you really are not hungry, and you're just wasting your fucking money, and you're going to be wasting your fucking time, and you're definitely going to be wasting my fucking time. And so for everybody that calls me or hits me up on Facebook or Twitter or Skype, I'm sorry if I don't get back with you, or if I don't get with you, my assistance gets with you, is because I don't want to sell you. You know, you have to have your own fucking dreams and goals. And if you're not fucking hungry, then nothing is going to happen. You live in the best country ever, America. Guys, my family and I come as refugees to America. My mom and dad now live in Valley Ranch. They fucking work their fucking ass off. So it's definitely possible, guys. I mean, they came here in food stamps, and now they live in a nice part of town. They have nice cars, they have businesses, and they did that through fucking hard work. I'm telling you, they don't even have fucking high school education, guys. You know, I turned $3,000 into $100,000 almost. I turned $100 into 3 businesses. I don't have any fucking connections. You know, I don't really know people. And if I can do this, I can't even read that good, I can't even spell that good. Imagine what you guys can do, guys. A lot of you guys were born here, you speak the language, I mean, you have connections. Man, the grass is so fucking green here. So there's no reason to be a shady sales guy. There's no reason to take advantage of fucking people. This is America, man. And to be the best country, we have to help our brothers and sisters out. We have to help them get stronger. Not fucking pull them down. Not just to sell to them. Not to fucking con them for us to make money. Because money is just paper. Anyway, guys, I know I got on the soap opera, but if you really want to be a fucking good salespeople, the foundation is from here, man. All the other strategies doesn't matter if you don't have this thing right here, in my mind. So go out there and make 2016 your best year, guys. Don't take no for answer. And if you really like these videos, please like, please share, please comment. See you later, gang.